Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Olivia and this is my channel where I love to talk about all things nail polish. It has been a minute since I've made a new video, and I'm sorry for not having the time this week to make the usual Did I Nail It video for this month's HHC or Hella Handmade Creations. It's because I've been super busy in life, and it's because I just got a new job. Yay! I found out this morning actually and signed the contract and everything. I start in a couple of weeks. I have a lot more details about that timestamp at the end of the video. I definitely want to share the good news with you all, but I don't want to take up the whole intro for that. So if you're curious about my new job and all of that, I'll talk about that there. So let's talk about this video, which is about trying to dupe Polish for Days Goblins and Ghoulies. Ooh. And you know, y'all know how I love to try to be on theme with my outfit, and I was looking through my wardrobe and like, okay, Goblins and Ghoulies, what can I do for that? And then it hit me. This is one of my favorite shirts. Okay, hold up. Let me see. Ghost Malone. Get it? Ghost Malone. And it even has like all of Post Malone's tattoos on there and everything. So that's the theme for today. So this video came from the concept that I did with the most recent like one-off Did I Nail It video for Crack Polish's banana powder. And in that video I asked if any of you have suggestions for other polishes that you'd like to see me try to dupe. Let me know. And y'all did. So this suggestion came from a viewer by the name of Short Nail Arts. So thank you for the suggestion. Unfortunately, I don't have Goblins and Ghoulies in my collection, but based on the photos and videos that I've seen of it, I think I've been able to get pretty close to at least how it appears. And so I think that, you know, especially as you see a lot of these in high demand polishes for resale for things like $50+ for a single bottle of polish. I don't want any of you spending that much money on a single bottle of polish that you can potentially dupe. So I hope that for any of you who have been looking to get Goblins and Ghoulies but trying to see what you can do with it, hopefully this video will help you out. So let's go ahead and get right into it. As we're getting started, I'd like to begin by quickly showing you what's on my nails today. So you can see here, if I can focus it a bit, I've got like this dark red polish on here with some red reflective glitter. The polish that I've put down in 2 coats is Emily DeMolly's Secret Code, and then I have a homemade reflective red reflective glitter topper over that. This is one of my combinations where I'm just like, I'm wearing red and I want to make it even more red, and also I don't know what I want to wear, but I know that dark red never, you can never go wrong with that. So yeah, this is what's on my nails today. All right, so getting into Goblins and Ghoulies. So when I took a look at some photos of Goblins and Ghoulies, I wanted to really kind of see what I was noticing within it. And what really stood out to me is that it seems to have some kind of purple base. Purple, not just like any kind of purple, but like a nice mid-tone, bright but not too bright purple, and then some kind of blue shimmer running through it. So I knew right away that for the purple, I was going to be using Lurid Lacquer's Indomitable. I mean, this is just, it looks pretty spot on for that, right? So then I wanted to figure out which of my blue shimmers would be potentially the best fit for this. And y'all, I've got 4 blue shimmers that I tested for this, and I'll just kind of show you how these go. So For all of these swatches here, I've put down 2 coats of Lurid Lacquer's Indomitable, and I'm going to start with the first one, which is Hollow Taco's Freezer. Why is my camera not focusing today? Okay, there we go. Hollow Taco's Freezer Burn. All right. So this one looks like this. So I'm putting this on here. You can kind of see that we're getting there, right? And now for each of these, I'll tell you what it is that I do like and what it is that I think makes it not quite the best fit for Goblins and Ghoulies. Okay, so taking a look at this one here, the Hollow Taco Freezer Burn, I think what works well is, well, it's blue. We're starting there. But the thing with Freezer Burn is that it has a little bit more visual texture to it than some of the other shimmer toppers that we're going to be using today. And because of that, I think that at least when I look at this, it looks and feels a lot less like its own single polish, but more so this is clearly a blue shimmer on top of purple, which is not a bad thing. But you know, if you're going for something where you want it to feel a little bit more seamless, then some of these other options might be a better fit. So that's what Freezer Burn looks like on top of Indomitable. Going on to our second one. This is Fancy Gloss's Let It Glow Blue. Let's see how this one looks. Now, I will say that because of what I saw when I tested out Freezer Burn, I thought, oh, okay, so that probably means that because Let It Glow Blue doesn't have as much, or if any really, visual texture, is that one going to be a better match? And so that was my theory. But then when I put the Fancy Gloss topper on, I was happy with the fact that I wasn't getting that extra visual texture that we have in Freezer Burn, but I don't feel that the blue is coming through nearly as much as what I'm seeing in Goblins and Ghoulies. Like, this could be a good combination to use for someone if you're like, you like the idea of Goblins and Ghoulies, but you want it to be a little bit more subtle. Like, you just want Goblin and Ghoul or something like that, you know? So this is what Let It Glow Blue looks like. Then I went over to another blue shimmer topper that I have. I wasn't kidding when I say I have a lot of shimmer toppers. I use them a lot though, so I don't feel too bad about it. But this is Bee's Knees Lacquer Nosferatu. And this one, if you look in here and see, you've got blue shimmer in kind of like a dark gray base. So depending on what you put this over, you sometimes may or may not want to have that extra little bit of darkness that comes from it. Like, for example, I wouldn't wear Nosferatu over like white, but over something a little bit darker, it's not that bad. Okay. So here is how Nosferatu looks over Indomitable. My take on this one, what do I think works? I was happy to see that this did not darken Indomitable as much as I was afraid that it might have. And that's good too. It's very similar to the Fancy Gloss one, I feel, but when I look at it right next to Fancy Gloss, that is when I can see slightly more darkness. Like, if I look at it from other angles, possibly. As always, I'm going to show this in some other lighting because I think that's always helpful to see how things might show up better in other lighting situations. So again, I just felt like this one was, it has all the right components. It's got a purple base, it's got blue shimmer, but I just wasn't feeling it. And then I got to option 4. This is Emily DeMolly's Key Drama. This one is, if you've never used Key Drama before, she is not subtle. she is like bam, like blue, just there. I mean, just you see how glowy this is just looking inside the bottle. And I wasn't sure how this would go, but let's just take a look and see. All right, so Key Drama over Indomitable. This one is the winner, and I'm going to explain why once I've kind of smoothed all this out here. Okay, so of all of these, I feel like I'm just gonna like wiggle it back and forth a little bit here. What I want you to notice is the amount of blue shimmer that's coming through in the Emily Damali on the right compared to the others. This is the one that, to my eye, I feel gives me the most bang for blue shimmer that I'm looking for if I want something that truly compares to Goblins and Ghoulies. I do feel that, you know, if you've got any of these other three, they're with the like Fancy Gloss Let It Glow Blue and Bee's Knees Nosferatu are almost very similar here. The Hollow Taco Freezer Burn, as I mentioned, does give you a little bit more visual texture, but when it comes to looking at the one that to me feels like it's not only the closest dupe for Goblins and Ghoulies, but that also looks the most like its own, like one single polish straight out of the bottle. I feel that you get that when you combine Key Drama with Indomitable. And I've got to say, this is a combination that I've never thought of wearing myself, because like I do love purple and I do love blue shimmer. I've never really thought about wanting to wear them together, but like I could see myself wearing that. Maybe, I don't know. Like I feel like that I would need this to, y'all know I love dark nail polish, and like I'm trying to like not make every single polish that I wear like always dark, but I think what I might want to do is come up with like a darker version of Goblins and Ghoulies. That would be what I would personally see myself wearing a lot. But let's go take a look at this in some other lighting, and then we'll get wrapped up. So yeah, I really like how all of these turned out, but especially the Emily Damali topper option that I think ultimately seems to be the best overall dupe, in my opinion. To Short Nail Arts, the commenter who requested this, and to anyone else who's been hoping to get a good dupe of Goblins and Ghoulies, I hope this was helpful. If you happen to have those components or something similar, please test it out. Let me know how that goes for you. And you know, for everyone who's watching this, if there are any other polishes out there that you'd like for me to try to do, like in a one-off video like this, please let me know what those are. And even if it's a case like this one where I don't own that polish in question myself, I'm always happy to give it a try. I love a good challenge and see what I can figure out. So yeah, share those ideas. Okay, so new job, who dis? So the context here, if some of you may recall, I went on a vacation, a cruise vacation at the end of January, and while I was on that cruise, I found out in the middle of the week that so I'm still at my current company for the next couple of weeks. I'll refer to it as my current company. I found out that my current company had laid off another 16,000 people, which combined with the 14,000 that they laid off in October was like 30,000 people laid off between like October and January. And the most recent layoffs really hit close to home for me. Things just seem to be closing in a lot more. Fortunately, I still had a job, but between the layoffs and some other indications that I was seeing here and there, I, on the one hand, was not feeling so certain about what might come next. It seems like if a few months from now, if there are more layoffs, it seems like my team might be affected. And if that's the case, then I'm gonna want to try to find something else sooner rather than later. And there were other reasons for me wanting to search as well, but I will say I've been at this company for 6 years. When I first started working here, I really thought that this could be a company that I would work at for far longer than 6 years. I could have seen myself retiring from this company, after decades. But unfortunately, many things change. I will say I'm very grateful for the time that I've spent at this company, the people that I've met, especially those who've helped me to get further within my career. But I think that change can be hard. I know change can be very difficult for me. So it took me a little bit of time to really wrestle with the idea of knowing how I was feeling about the current state of things at my company, and also knowing what I wanted as my future. I knew I needed to make a change because, in addition to all the things that I just mentioned, around that same time, my organization's leadership team expressed to all of us that the role that I'm in was beginning to change and to go in a different direction than what were the reasons that I personally chose to be in this line of work. So you can look at it as like the leadership team is saying, all right, this job is going to go off in that direction. And for me, I looked at that and asked myself, well, what do I want to do? And I thought, okay, I'm okay with either continuing to go straight down the path that I was already on, or even going in this other direction. But I know for sure that I don't want to go in that direction. And I'm being kind of vague here, but hopefully that makes sense. And so once I realized all of those things, that's when I knew that I needed to update my resume, start applying, and just keep applying and keep trying. And believe me, I definitely got a ton of thanks but no thanks emails. So I work in tech, and in my field, it's very common for interviewing processes to go on for quite a long time. Some of the companies that I was interviewing with, and actually in the process of interviewing with at the time that I accepted the offer for the company where I'll be working next, those are companies where you have to go through like 6, 7, 8 rounds of interviews. Fortunately for my new company, I only had to go through 4 rounds of interviews. And I will say that I think there's a difference between when, you're interviewing at places and you get a sense that, yeah, they want to fill that position, versus a company like the one that I'll be working at next, where I could tell that they specifically wanted me. They wanted me to be a member of their team. They loved the skills and expertise that I was bringing to them, and it was mutual. It felt great. And so when I got the email and the call this morning, I was just overjoyed. And one thing I'll mention as well is that in the kind of work that I do, in short, it's kind of like tech sales. I'm on the technical side of tech sales and solutioning, and part of the interviewing process for this kind of role, typically the final round or something, typically the final round, you have to prepare some kind of presentation and then do a demo, present to a panel. And so, to connect back to this channel, that is why I have been MIA, because this whole time I've been applying and interviewing for jobs, I've still been working at my current full-time job. So all the time that I've been needing to spend to prepare for these interviews, to get like technical environment set up with working demos and then practicing. That's all that I've been doing in my evenings and my weekends. And then when I've been done with interviews, like the adrenaline goes up and down, and then I've been napping far more than I normally do. But that last presentation that I did, I the way I look at it is like, you know, we all have different strengths that we bring to the table. And for me, public speaking, presenting, like that is, I am so good at that. Like I'm not to toot my own horn, but you know what, toot, because not everyone in my line of work feels comfortable with the public speaking aspect of the work that we do. But for me, it's something that I thrive on. It's something that I don't feel afraid to do. So when I was informed that, hey, the final part of your interview process, you're gonna need to do a presentation, I'm like, okay, yeah, bet, let's do this. And I rocked it, and it felt so good for the feedback that I got from the hiring manager and the other panelists. At the end, they told me like, wow, like you did so well technically, but also they really complimented my confidence. And I felt so proud of myself in that moment. And so now I'm starting my new job in 2 weeks from now. So I'm very happy with this. Change is tough. And so one of the things I also wanted to mention here as well, because I know a lot of you who are watching might also be looking for jobs right now. And so a couple things with this. One, so career advice is something I'm surprisingly good at giving. I've learned a lot throughout my career, and so I was thinking the other day, I'm like, I could envision myself doing like nail art plus career advice. So if any of you might be interested in that, let me know. I would be more than happy to like come up with some kind of thing where I'm like doing my nails and then answering career questions, because this is the kind of thing that not only am I good at, but I love doing that kind of thing, because I think it's important for anyone who's able to help other people to use the talents and skills that you have to lift up others and make it so that other people can accomplish their goals as well. But also, wait, where was I going with this? Oh, okay. It seriously took me at least about a minute to figure out what the other train of thought was, which doesn't sound like that much time, but trust me, y'all, a minute is a long amount of time. I also just want to take a moment to give just some general words of support and encouragement for any of you who are going through a job search right now, whether you are currently employed or unemployed or underemployed, wherever you are with that. Just know that it is a tough job market right now. I can absolutely attest to that. And I think that I would say one of the best things that you can do right now is to ask for help when you need it. You know, ask your family and friends to help look over your resume, to do some practice interviews, especially like if it's the case that it's been a while since you've needed to do interviews. Like, y'all, I felt and looked like a baby fawn when I was struggling as I was doing my first few rounds of practicing, because interviewing is something I haven't had to do for years, or like interviewing from that side of things. And so it took me a bit to get used again to talking out loud in that way about myself and figuring out what kind of story I wanted to tell. Also, I think know that it's never too late to try to reinvent yourself. If you're finding that you're getting stuck and you are wanting to use this opportunity to take your career in a direction that's different from what you might have been doing before, and really lean into the strengths that you have. I mean, for me, for example, like you all can see on this YouTube channel that I have, teaching is something that is such a big integral part of who I am as a person and professionally. And that is something that even though I'm no longer like a classroom teacher, I still have always been drawn to jobs where I've been able to incorporate that into the work that I do. And then I always make sure to play that up as what makes me different, and to say like, look, I even though my public school teaching career is so far in the past at this point that like it would not fit on my resume as it is now, because my resume is already 2 pages and the teaching is further back. It's still something that's like on my LinkedIn. It's something that's part of who I am, and it's part of the story that I told about myself in interviews. And I guess what I'm saying is, you know, I think about nail polish as a hobby that allows us to express who we are and to show what it is about ourselves that is unique and different. It's a way that, you know, with every polish that we choose to put on our nails, that is part of how we are expressing ourselves to the world. And I think that if you are someone who's going through a job search, please do not be afraid to use this opportunity to take some risks and figure out how you can express yourself in ways that truly show who you are and what makes you special and unique and sets you apart from everyone else that might be competing for those same roles. I hope that makes sense. I feel that the more that you can be true to yourself, the more that your true confidence will come through, and then you won't have to feel like you're faking it as you're going through interviews. You're just going to be like, you know what, this is who I am, and I'm unapologetically me. And I'll be the first one to say, I know that my personality is not for everybody, right? Like I probably would not do well in, like, let's say a financial services company, because I'm just not that serious. I don't know, you know, for example, but like I do incredibly well in other industries where I'm able to be more creative and express myself in that way. So with all of that said, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And, you know, it's great to be back and filming videos again. I've just been so tired lately. I think that that's the other thing I'll say. If you are going through job applications and interviews, please make sure to take the time, if you can, to take care of yourself. I am not kidding when I say that I've been taking naps every single day because of the energy that I've had to put into the job search process, and then my mind and body needing to recharge and replenish, knowing that there's more coming the next day and so on. So yeah, I'm excited for what comes next. I haven't yet decided which nail polish I'm gonna wear on my first day of work in my new job, so I get to pick that out too. Woo! And yeah, so thank you all again, as always, for being here, for being part of this channel, for being a community that I always love, seeing that you all are there. And I'm gonna stop talking now. That's the other thing, I've been talking so much. These interviews, you just keep talking and talking and talking, and then it's like, woo! Anyway, I'm gonna go take another nap, probably. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Bye.